weakest link in this league so far. Like when you're looking at the composition of heroes that they picked, like sometimes they go too much in one direction and then you end up with the Shadow Demon plus Oracle, like two heroes that kind of accomplish similar things. In team fights, reset the fights for your own team with the disruption or the ulti, or they go Mirana Spirit Breaker that are literally just charging in together all the time and don't bring a lot to the team fight.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we have one of the most liked SEA heroes,
yeah.
Pangolier. I think it's one of the only regions that picked this hero this early, right?
They love it.
Yeah, I mean, it always works for them. Pango CM.
Very popular combo, right?
Yeah,
this Pango and CM.
Is it really worth giving up like a Puck? I mean, Puck Phoenix already sounds pretty game-winning to me.
Yeah.
Like that's a game-winning combination right there.
I agree. This Pango and Crystal Maiden, yeah, it's strong, but you gave away a stronger duo.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it looks like, at least.
They can both be played as support as well. Like they're very flexible on TnC.
And Puck loves playing into both of them. Like you have the Leash versus Pango, and Crystal Maiden just melts to either the Puck damage or like literal fire damage from the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Opening definitely going to TnC here. Have to see how T1 choose to iron out their draft because they are not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, and TnC will obviously try and prevent them from ironing out their draft with some bans out, like the Nyx Assassin, something that would work very well for T1 versus the Puck versus the Phoenix. One of the best heroes forces Phoenix into that early BKB.
But fundamentally, what are these two openings telling us about how the teams want to play these games?
I mean, T1 is very skirmish focused. They have low cooldown abilities, just for small fights here and there to pick someone off. And TnC is, at least for now, they have massive team fights. But they can still have good skirmishes as well. Puck is a very low cooldown hero. That's just why I prefer TnC. They have more options right now.
I see.
Yeah, on T1, like this Crystal Maiden and Pango work so well together because as Pango, historically you had mana issues even before some buffs, I believe, to the mana regen talent, something like that happened. Nah, I don't think so. But in any case, Crystal Maiden and Pango, they're just so good. You can always have enough mana throughout the game, and you don't have to itemize into a bottle or into Arcane Boots or anything like that. You go straight into Orb of Corrosion as a position 4. Magic Wand, Orb of Corrosion.
Lovely.
It feels great.
If it is a plus 4, we have seen a lot of plus 3 Pangos as well.
Yesterday it was played as position 1 and it won versus Neon. So anything can happen.
Yep.
I think versus Neon or Execution. Yeah, one or the other lost to it.
Yep, in the SEA region, anything can happen. Any hero can go anywhere, and a Pango carry is not off the cards, but would still be very unusual, especially in a game like this.
Bloodseeker banned out. It's one of the counters to the Pangolier, so they get that away from themselves. On the other hand, we have the Dragonite, right? Just a strong matchup versus the Puck.
Yeah. It's pretty generic bans, just covering their weaknesses right now. Wraith King. Wraith King is just a very popular hero this patch. Doesn't really counter Pango or CM too much, but it's just hard to pressure. And it's a hero that has a lot of strong item timings.
And Crystal Maiden is actually pretty solid versus him. You have Frost Nova. Overall, like in the lane even.
A lot of kiting.
Yeah, a lot of kiting, a lot of slows. Pango plus Chris. Do you remember when CM was played offlane a lot?
Yeah.
Like, imagine Pango 4 CM offlane versus a Wraith King.
Yeah,
he would suffer so hard, but probably not gonna happen.
Yeah. Not gonna happen indeed, and he's not eating breadsticks today.
No, I was about to say, our boy
nuts.
Whitemon, always eating, and but today we've taken a break from the breadsticks. We'll try and get an idea of what that is. We'll get.
I think it's some sort of nuts.
Think it's nuts.
What are your favorite nuts?
I like almonds.
Almonds?
Or macadamia nuts.
Wait, are cashews nuts?
Yeah, cashews are nuts.
Cashews are.
You like them?
Pistachios and cashews. Those two for me. I just can't.
Sunflower seeds are also pretty pog chan.
They're pretty pog, yeah. Like every
seed, not a nut.
Yeah, that's why I said seeds.
Okay, fair enough. I'll forgive you.
It kind of falls into the same kind of
nuts
snack.
And seeds?
Yeah.
It's similar, but there are differences.
It's in the genre.
And of course, here to explain all the differences is Nomad.
Yes.
Slavs have this like very bad idea about like how you see a Slav squatting with a random beer in his hand, drinking
or an energy drink.
Usually, he also has some seeds that he's chewing on.
Oh, is that seeds? I do wonder.
Yeah. That's always it. Semečki, they call it. That's the word.
Special kind of Slavic seeds.
Yeah, no, it's just sunflower
Shaker.
seeds. That's it. Yeah, shaker. I mean, they're getting everything that's popular right now. That's in the meta. You get that fissure that can mess up the Pango a little bit, but that shard right now looks pretty solid, man. Looks dope.
Team fight capability here from TnC is damn scary. They have Echo, they have Phoenix Egg, they have Coil.
Yeah, they're looking to brawl. TnC just want to take
What's
some
up?
team fights.
What's up with the way T1 drafts? It looks so
It looks weird.
awkward,
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, the way they're opening, like this Dead Prophet, you don't really see a strong.
It is a puck middle though. Yeah, there's like DP has no save, no real reason to pick her here. I think it's gonna be an offlane DP more than likely.
You think so?
I don't think you just pick her that early and put her mid, right?
That would make sense, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
I
That
don't
would be
know,
that
like
would make it DP plus Pango offlane, which does have a lot of brawling potential, but it can backfire very easily.
Yeah, if you start falling behind in that lane,
there is absolutely no save for you.
And then what are you laying against the puck? There's TA that owns puck, but TA into Phoenix and Beastmaster is rough.
Feels very
tricky.
rough.
tricky.
Yeah, like it's going to be a rough draft for T1 already. They set them up in a way where they don't really have any pickoff, they have no stuns, and TnC has an abundance of stuns.
They've got a whole basket full, and they are ready to empty that basket all over T1's head.
And TnC, they have so many different options to proceed with this draft too. Like something that I wouldn't mind for them is a Morphling perhaps as well.
PA.
Wow.
PA.
Okay.
Into the puck and Phoenix and Beast. And it's okay in Beast against Beast in the lane.
Yeah,
But
I thought it wasn't too bad against Phoenix. Now that you keep the Phantom Strike attack speed.
The
when you
laning,
change
the
targets,
laning
so-
itself is kind of difficult, though,
Right.
right? Like
Okay.
but okay, Phoenix shouldn't be there.
It should be
Phoenix-
pretty easy.
yeah,
Because
Phoenix
it's
should be on the
Shaker,
safe lane, yeah.
Beast,
Shaker
and
Beast.
CMPA against the Boars, you can kill them pretty easily. So the lane should be fine. But
Okay.
team fights are scary. Like if you ever get puck coiled, you're in trouble.
I really like the Morphling ban. By the way, one other thing that we have to mention when we see this PA is the TnC love to pick Arc Warden from time to time. And PA is one of those heroes that gets on top of him very close and personal early on in the game before he's accumulated that extreme wealth and is considered a decent counter. So
One thing which I heard a streamer, who I don't remember, and I'm not going to misquote, so I'm not going to say it. But one thing I heard somebody talking about was that PA forces these team fight lineups to sometimes make mistakes because of her burst potential. She can just immediately force them to use ultimates on not the way you want to use them because of that burst potential, because you just have to get your spells out quickly or you're going to start losing heroes too quickly. This could be a factor in picking this game.
you don't have the time to kite.
Yeah.
That's what she is. She has a lot of reach and she gets on top of you very early on easily.
But if you get Beastmaster Rod,
Then you die.
you're in trouble.
You
Unless
get-
you have like BKB, Deso, Battlefield, which is like minute 25 or so.
Or a save. I mean, a save just looks so good for T1 here. Like, they just can't fit in their draft, though.
And no stuns still.
Yeah, yeah.
The lineup looks really
I mean,
like a pub lineup. It's
You
like
could still
run at you kind of thing.
kind of crazily fit in some LC or Abaddon, right? Like versus
You
the
mean for
roar
T1?
versus the
Yeah, but then you
yeah.
still have no stuns. Like you do
I
need
know.
an LC
Yeah.
for the 4 stuns. I would like that, but
And
Lane
versus
is
the
not
roar
easy.
is decent versus Puck. Versus Phoenix is also nice.
what about like a nice lion? Give me some
Roar.
stuns, like a POS 4 lion or something.
For
But then you have
T1?
lion CM. It's
Yeah.
not great.
Uh,
Tusk maybe.
I thought you talked about wanting the DP to go offlane, or are we over that now?
I mean, with that draft, how it's shaping up, it's gonna get harder and harder to put her there. You could potentially pick like a
Clockwork. Not great versus Beast. Nah, it's actually bad. Pretty bad here. I was just thinking about the Shaker. He fixes that issue, but the other 3 heroes don't really care about him.
mid
That's-
Grimstroke maybe.
Okay, interesting.
Underlord
Okay, this is
against
something.
the puck.
This is something that they've drafted before, right? Like
Yeah.
the last series that we watched, they had the Underlord with a really bad laning stage, but he recovered extremely well. Cuckoo was playing him,
Yeah.
and he brought a lot of utility to the team. You have a hero that deals well with the beast, summons and all the trash minions that he's sending your way, so you can clean up the trash at least.
Yeah, so I still think it's DP offlane, Underlord middle. Matches up very well into the puck. 8 seconds left for TnC. They need a really, really hard carry here.
Medusa.
Medusa looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
One
Just
little thing I'd
Medusa.
just like to say about the Underlord is that he's a brick wall hero you can put up
Juggernaut.
against them, so they can't go for any super high tempo lineup. But the Juggernaut now comes out for TnC. Do you like it? Is enough to win this draft over in your favor, guys?
No, but this draft was already kind of in my favor on the side of TnC. And Juggernaut brings you that healing ward a little bit early on. You have the Sunray, you have the healing ward, you have all the beasts. It's actually going to be Carl playing the Underlord. What do you think about that? Versus the Puck should be nice, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good matchup.
Yeah, I like that. All right,
Good
so
matchup.
ready to predict, guys?
You can go first.
You want me to go
We will
first?
need some seconds, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm
Okay,
still going.
okay.
I'm still going with the TnC. I think this
You're in
Beastmaster benefits the Jug quite a bit. They have a lot of synergy there. You have Puck, Shaker, Phoenix for the team fight. You're going to need an extremely early BKBs on T1. That Prophet on offlane, how much will he be able to do? I don't believe a whole lot. And PA, most importantly, doesn't have any buffs on her side. Like, you don't have any Venge, Beastmasters, anything like that.
Alrighty, Black.
What do you think? Maybe you can sway my opinion. I have like a...
I think I'm going TnC as well. You guys made too many great points throughout this draft. They're in their favor. I do like this Underlord mid. I don't think it gives them enough to really control what they're going to be putting out. They just seem to have too many boxes ticked on the side of TnC, so I'm going to go with them as well.
I mean, I agree with you guys, but I'm going to go with T1. I just believe... You know me, I said I think they're going to be at the top of the league. I just hope they can get there at some point, you know?
You're
Like
very ride or die. and I
biased.
appreciate that. You know, you stick to your boys.
I'm always going T1 when I can.
Alrighty then, we're going to bring in our casters. We've got BQ and the cast to take us through this game number 1, guys. We are into the game, so very, very quickly with those predictions.
B-Cup. Yeah, I got an almanac from a year in the future, used my time machine DeLorean, came back with the almanac, read it, saw this matchup. T1's going to win.
Okay.
I'll go with TnC. I think they have the tools. We'll explain why, but we can hop into the game, you know.
Okay, okay.
I'll
Thank you
just
very
go
much.
with the TnC. That was quick.
I would wonder why if you had a time machine, you wouldn't just check the results rather than getting an almanac. But anyway, it doesn't
Has all
really
the
matter.
results.
Let's get into the game. Take it away. BQ and the cast for game number 1 of TnC versus T1.
Thank you, Nomad. Yeah, coming into game 1, T1 against TnC. Crucial series for both these teams. Granted, that could be said a lot about all these series, but as we're coming down to the wire halfway through the season, they just become more crucial, of course, depending on where you are on the table. So, you know, you're alluding to it with your pick for TnC. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of faith here in a Phantom Assassin. At least that's just me.
They
But,
have a lot of burst.
TnC Predator's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
TnC Predator's turn. Radiant team pick.
Beastmaster.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Phantom Assassin.
TnC Predator's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. TnC Predator's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TnC Predator's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Choose your hero. Prepare for battle.
Beak up.
Yeah, I got an almanac from a year in the future, used my time machine DeLorean, came back with the almanac, read it, saw this matchup. T1's gonna win.
I'll go with TnC. I think they have the tools. We'll explain why, but we can hop into the game, you know. Go with the TnC. That was quick.
Has all the results. You know, Madiak coming into game one, T1 against TnC. Crucial series for both these teams. Granted, that could be said all these series, but as we're coming down to the wire halfway through the season, just to become more crucial, of course, depending on where you are on the table. So, you know, you're alluding to it with your pick for TnC. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of faith here in a Phantom Assassin.
They have a lot of burst damage against the Phantom Assassin pre-BKB. You have this Beastmaster, very annoying to play against, one of the strongest laners right now. Just feels really, really good. Love his itemization on KP already. 3 branches, Magic Stick will eat 1 branch, and yeah, because Phantom Assassin will spam the dagger to be able to secure some of the last hits, and for the harassment, I see Crystal Maiden lane plus Phantom Assassin. I'm getting some flashbacks from the Virtus.pro squad, where I'm not gonna say they invented it, but they kind of perfected it, where Maiden, she starts with Crystal Nova, spams on 2 heroes, a dagger, you pretty much have 100 move speed, so Shaker will take care of that. You know that lane is much closer to the tier 1 tower. Beastmaster will get far more efficiently there. Matchup I'm looking forward to see is the mid matchup. Underlord, how he's gonna do against the Puck. Puck already gets the courier.
Yeah, good move there by Armel. Were you expecting it to be Underlord Puck coming into that final pick, or were you thinking maybe they would keep it as an off-lane Underlord and maybe throw the DP mid, or is it just trips are better this way for T1?
Underlord on the off lane has a lot of bad matchups, like you have this Monkeys, you have Ursa, like Juggernaut +1 extra slow, just to be able to get on top of you. On the mid lane, he feels like a completely different hero, where like you don't get pressured as much, you get the levels. It's very hard to last hit into the Underlord. Like look at the Firestorm AoE, it pretty much covers the whole area.
Yeah, you don't have to really worry about anything else. You're just trying to get that Firestorm in CS as best as you can. You can see just the feints back and forth between the two. You know, feinting that Firestorm at times and stopping those right clicks. Like it's a battle of getting the CS, and you know you've got 4 denies for the Underlord already, and 2 there for the Puck. They're really going head to head on it. If you watch out closely, it's been pretty fun to watch with the 2 of them.
You don't get pressured much as an Underlord. Every single time Firestorm is up, you're gonna pop it. CS, he has great attack animation on top of that. Look at his damage.
Bottom. Fissure, oh, is it gonna be enough distance? Stifling Dagger and the right click, 30 health. Just walking away, but that is pressure on the Beastmaster to push him out, and that keeps Jackie just really farming for the moment. Always nice, and stuff you were talking about it, the slows.
This type of lane, like you push the lane, you get level 2 faster than them. This is where the kill opportunity arises, and you're kind of free to take it. Phantom Assassin also starting with the Orb of Venom, so even more slow, building into that Orb of Corrosion, which I really like. Just gives you that minus armor, the slow. Good thing about the item is minus armor works on the tower. I think a lot of people are not aware of that. It's a reason why it's so picked up so often.
We haven't really seen this Phantom Assassin at all between the 2 regions that we're covering in, you know, China and Southeast Asia. Is there a reason that this hero just lost pick rate, or just has been ignored, or the matchup's really that bad?
Radiant
like,
structures
is Phantom Assassin
fortified.
still a good hero? Like, obviously it's picked here, they have confidence, but overall it's been pretty much ignored. No bans, no picks before.
Yeah, I think this is the first one we've seen so far in Southeast Asia and China.
Yeah.
Seen it a couple of times in other regions. Hero's still viable, got nerfed in the previous patch, but, you know, Phantom Assassins just gotta do Phantom Assassin things.
Are you a fan of the slow?
In certain situations, yeah, but it's too much gold investment. Like if you compare Shard to, let's say, like a Basher, or BKB, whatever, like good item we're talking about, you still want to get like the standard items.
We'll get to a point where you get to see Fan of Knives. I myself am a fan of Knives.
Big fan of Knives. It's a break mechanic, like break Beastmaster, break Earthshaker, Juggernaut's passive. Sure, maybe as a 6th, 7th item, possibly. I don't think you want to get it earlier.
One of those ultra late game situations. You go toward on that shard, you've got yourself some extra gold. Gabby up towards top, trying to do what he can against Cuckoo and Zephyr, who have been putting the pressure on. Of course, healing ward out, Zephyr thinking about going into the trees. Gabby can only just watch from a distance. Finally moves up a little bit, but now they've got the Stifling Dagger on the KP. He's on the run. Frostbite in. DP.
Another dagger. This should be the first blood.
And there it is for Whitemon.
Now Crystal Maiden has Aura online. Like, this is the dream. Crystal Maiden's level 4, 5 minutes in, compared to like Earthshaker, who's level 2, about to be level 3. So, whole level difference. Carl decides to just TP out back to the mid lane. 2k gold lead for T1 already. Like, Juggernaut's getting pressure by the Dead Prophet. Underlord's doing extremely well in the mid lane. Like, you can't stop Underlord from farming.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna drop that Firestorm. Even if he's pressured. Alright, bottom lane.
Jackie, Armel's here, but Armel's only level 5. Do they really expect to catch him? They do have Hasten, a Frostbite, and a Crystal Nova. Armel ends up dead. Jackie's still on the run. Continuing to chase his KP. Now Whitemon under the tower into the trees.
They want TP. Someone needs to TP.
Somebody's got to come over. Jackie actually moves up forward. Okay.
He possibly killed himself. Blink Strike back to the range creep.
Maybe, yeah, has some distance there. That is risky business and still has to deal with the board coming out. Blink Strike on cooldown. Now needs to keep running 2 more seconds. Jackie, he came back and put himself in such a bad situation. Fissure hits Jackie.
Oh, dodges the axes. Like, Beastmaster got the axes just so that they can get a kill, something that we usually don't see because it's a lot of mana-consuming build. And now Crystal Maiden will use a salve on Phantom Assassin. Now they can start playing once again aggressively. The No Shaker has no mana. So KP, TP, no mana.
Already in trouble. Use that mana throwing those axes, and now he'll get the mana back, but that's because he's respawning in 20 seconds.
This bottom lane is, I'm not gonna say a disaster, but it's a rough one. So much slow. Phantom Assassin just hit level 6. Yeah. Also, what was that rotation from Armel? Like, he was 5, needed 2 or 3 CS of the shared experience to get the level 6. I guess that was the plan, you know, push the wave, kill the creep wave, so I'm 6, and then we're gonna get the kill. First coil.
Coil comes down. We've got 2 heroes up top. They even have the damage. Blade Fury, Icarus dive all onto that Prophet, who now starts to TP away. Just with a sliver of health.
Oh man, they're taping Armel. The second rotation did not get anything out of that.
And you can see these rotations are failing and the net worths are growing for the Radiant side. Look at where the Underlord is compared to the Puck. 1,000 gold ahead.
They're just gonna go on Thames on bottom if they catch a glimpse of him. The slow is insane. The Corrosion. Crystal Nova is level 3, plus a Stifling Dagger.
Really tough so far for the side of TnC. He's just having a free game. He's going into the Battle Fury. He's here by himself, bottom, and anytime anybody comes over, they usually pay for it. Meanwhile, Pit of Malice down, Illusory Orb over, picks up a haste. That'll help Armel leave if need be. He'll be safe right now, but overall, still going the way of T1, up 3k. And this is Phantom Assassin who hasn't moved, who hasn't really had the feeling of needing to join fight. Just can farm. That's exactly what you want in this situation.
This is what you want to have from your Phantom Assassin. Secure the laning stage, find the possessed mask, so some extra damage, extra lifesteal. It's one of the best items you can farm on your carries most of the time, on top of Royal Jelly. Like, Morphling just loves this item. Thames should be in a lot of trouble, you know, if they decide to go on him. Crits are available, Fissure already used.
Sniping dagger.
Maiden is level 6. What?
God!
It's not even 9 minutes.
Dream Coil used on the Crystal Maiden. They'll bring over the Beastmaster, who's not 6. No Primal Roar. Still staying inside the Dream Coil. The right clicks come out.
They're gonna take Armel again.
Survives for a second longer. That helps get the kill on a KP. They look over to Armel.
One hit. I expected.
Horribly from TnC.
Dipping game from T1 is really on point here. Man, Armel can't catch a break.
And now
every
they're
single
moving top.
time he makes a rotation, he's just dead after. This is a free tier 1 tower.
No way you try to defend this. You've got no puck. You have no Beastmaster.
Dire's top
T1
tower has fallen.
outplaying TnC right now. And Phantom Assassin, top of the net worth. Almost has that Battle Fury already.
I mean, I wouldn't call that a
You
whole
keep opponents
Battle
in.
Fury,
It's
but
over 50%.
yeah,
We round up in the
it's
US.
half.
Chip Vest for the Dire. Ocean Heart for the Radiant.
Chip West. My biggest concern is it doesn't give armor. Like, it's a vest, it should give armor.
Sun Ray, Omni Flash, everything used just to kill Kuku. Like, yeah, that gets you a kill, and I guess you're happy with that. But at the same time, now, what do you have to fight for the next few minutes?
Good question. Armel, once
Radiant's
again, needs to be
bottom tower
active.
is under
It's one of
attack.
those games where your mid laner knows the side lanes are not going well, his lane is not going well, so there's a lot of pressure on him to try to do stuff. And sometimes when you're pressured like that, you make mistakes.
Radiant's
Pressure
bottom tower
situation.
is under attack.
This lane, and now Stifling Dagger. Oh, the crits coming in. That's the RNG that we've been seeing, and well, Jaxi just used to farm. He gets a kill, he goes and stays in his lane.
Usually Phantom Assassin at this point would be in the jungle farming, because they're so far ahead and they have a good vision. Like, they can
Dire's
allow
bottom
Phantom
tower
Assassin
is
to
under
be
attack.
on the bottom lane and still farm the jungle and the lane at the same time.
2k ahead of the Jug. The Phantom Assassin's so far ahead of this. He doesn't even have battle. Jug's going into the Maelstrom. Almost one component into that. By the time he's got that Maelstrom, PA's got the battle here. Having a perfect game thus far. 4-0-2. See if TnC can bring this back. Opportunities come. Will they take advantage of it? They have KP pushing bottom. Necro Book as well as the Boars. Is that enough to get themselves a tower? They've also
Maiden
brought in
is
the
in a
Jug.
really good position to use it.
Oh yeah, Field. Immediately the Primal Roar, but they've got the Pit of Malice that lands out of the Jug as well as the Beastmaster. Now Frostbite. To Gabby. KP's on the run. He's dead first. Already used the Blade Fury.
Dire's middle tower is under
Two
attack.
heroes there on the Dire side. Radiant, they don't need to pressure. They don't need to step too far. They've already got what they came for, and that's killing the Beastmaster as well as a defensive tier 1 tower.
Keeping their towers alive is going to be crucial. You're playing into Juggernaut, Beastmaster, someone who wants to take your safe lane tier 1 tower, control the jungle, but with tier 1 tower still standing there. Echo!
Fissure and the kill quickly onto Kuku. A lot of these kills are coming out in the Death Prophet. All these ultis have been used
Radiant's
on the
middle
DP so
tower
far.
is under attack.
Not a big fan of this Falcon Blade on that Prophet. What you want to have on the offlane DP is a bit more tanky build. It's a costly item. You know, Falcon Blade, it costs 1100. You know, you still get something from it, but it's a lot of investment. You're not a mid laner. Even like mid lane DPs don't get the item. It's more of a pub build, I would say. I would love to see like a Glimmer Cape possibly on the offlane Dead Prophet, or just straight up Hood.
And it doesn't feel like it gives you enough for a locked spot. And I say locked spot, and that's not building into anything else.
Yeah, so he switches to Hood instead of going to Yule Scepter, because if you go Witchblade and a Yule Scepter, it's a lot of like intelligence, but not enough survivability. You're smart, but you know, one slap and all intelligence is gone.
Yeah. And that happens a lot.
Also, I would love to see one point in silence coming out from the Dead Prophet. That valuable silence could make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, it's a good silence at just level 1. The casual point could really... I don't think it's gonna... I mean, it'll make the fights easier. I don't think that's the difference in making or breaking the fight at the moment, with T1 being ahead by so much, but at the same time, it stops TnC, I think, from really having a chance.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Silence onto the puck, exorcism used, back away from the tower.
Dire's middle
To be
tower
honest,
is under
expected it
attack.
to have it a bit early, like 3-1-3 build is fine. You're playing the off lane. You need that a bit of something else coming out from your off lane because you don't provide any stuns.
Trying to take this through any of these towers. TnC are stuck.
And Zephyr, I love position 4 Pangos. You get so much value from that Blink Dagger. Just Orb of Corrosion feels great on the hero, on top of the Blink Dagger, which allows you to land some good roars. Usually you kind of struggle against the Puck, against the Beastmaster. But the Blink Dagger, yeah, allows you to be more maneuverable in the fights. Maybe get the first jump.
He's getting really close to it. We see how much that disrupts when you go into the Rolling Thunder. Now needs to only make him closer. He's farming this bottom lane himself for a long time already. Battle Fury finished for Jackie, going right into the Sanjin Yasha. Is this the item you want to see after the Battle Fury's finished?
Okay, yeah, I don't mind. Like, against the Shaker, that extra status resistance, because they have a lot of stuns, a lot of silences. Sure, why not? Like, just be a bit more tanky. Also decided to get the HP talent on level 10. So, yeah, be able to survive through initial burst, because they have a lot of, like, spell damage.
Ooh, did they KP coming into the trees with that ward?
I didn't see.
Coming bottom. Run, they're navigating through. The Rolling Thunder, Primal Roar, that stops him, but the Frostbite is in as well as the freezing field. Rolling Thunder will continue, and KP is dead with that.
Now a little game of
Carl showed up and
The White One's having such a great game on this CM. Level 9, 16 minutes in, doing so much work, providing vision. His wards were on point, the D wards as well. Just securing the lane for Phantom Assassin means quite a lot.
Blink Dagger picked up for the Earthshaker, so now they have an opportunity at Blink Echoes. We'll see if that ends up changing the complexion of this game. But so far, it's all T1, and they're continuing to take out these towers without losing much of their own. Tier 1 finally goes, but
Radiant's
everything around
top
the map
tower is under attack.
seems like it's that part in The Lion King. Anything that the sun touches.
A great quote, great movie. The first movie I actually watched in the cinema, so it's gonna be very important to me.
Just to have all the Disney VHS.
You used to? What happened?
Well,
You sold them?
yeah, when we sold my house, we gave up all the VHS. My brother had the whole like Disney collection. We had like Bambi, Hercules, Lion King, everything.
Just TP out, it's that easy. They have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity.
For all you kids at home, a VHS.
Do not throw them. Do not throw the old stuff, but just if you have a basement, put it in the basement, because one day you might get a lot of value. Not just, you know, money value, but you would love to see things that you owned when you were a kid.
Yeah, I had to get rid of a lot. If you want
Radiant's
to
bottom tower
get
is
some money,
under
you could
attack.
do that crypto thing. I know
Dire
BTC's
are
up to
scanning.
40k right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
I can't afford
fallen.
that though. Doge is
Radiant
the new big
structures
thing.
are
Top
fortified.
seller on the market. So, smoke up from TnC.
It seems like one of those, I think you should, don't, but you should, right? You know, invest. I didn't say don't follow my advice. It's a mad world we live in, but yeah, let's focus on the game. Philly dropped for T1. To the roll.
Coming in, rolling thunder with a dagger, moves up in the air. Freezer, not going to keep him out. Freezing field drop by White Mom for that kill on Febby. SK lead still for T1.
Radiant's bottom tower
Exorcism
is under
pop.
attack.
Looking like they want to go for Roche. Get back in.
Buyback from Febby. Double damage Underlord. Let's check his damage. 330, not too bad. 18 minutes in.
Not happy about it. Zephyr over on the high ground, and Fisher's Totem. Team's in trouble. Stifling dagger. Now the right clicks are in. They get the kill. The Omniflash bounces. White Mon unfortunately tanks that. They got the Dream Coil in.
Tam still has Echo.
Jackie's dead too. Gabby moving forward. They'll look over for Cuckoo and Carl. Zephyr over to the side. Has Swashbuckle ready to throw. If they want to chase and turn this around, they need to keep the pressure on. Otherwise, they're giving up Roche to the Vision. Didn't block. Getting on the high ground. Malice now. Blade Fury again has that healing ward continuing to.
They need to get this Roche. Already used 2 buybacks. Healing ward running out. They're dropping low. 1 Firestorm should.
Rolling Thunder with Blink Dagger. They need to be careful about going for
This
this.
could be a disaster.
There's Rolling Thunder. And Hellsled comes in. That's going to hit on the Cuckoo. They've got the silence on the Carl. That keeps Underlord out from going for this. At the same time, Roche is low. Gabby and Armel are in. They'll take the Aegis. Gabby gets that one, and that is massive for TnC. A long, drawn-out fight that becomes victorious for TnC, with the prize being Roche.
Cuckoo had Could of Defiance ready, didn't even pop it that fight. Very interesting. So yeah, Roche attempt. If that was level 2 Death Prophet ulti, they would have been able to take it. Spirits go from 8 to 16, a bit of a difference that could potentially, you know, mean, I'm gonna say a game, but this is a big win for TnC. They used 2 buybacks. Juggernaut managed to pick up Aegis.
That really helps Gabby just feel comfortable farming. Maybe they want to fight. Once Echo Slam is back off cooldown. As well as the Omni Slash. I mean, the Omni was used so early in that fight. Took out White completely, and holding that Echo that entire time until the opportunity came to throw it, and they get kill onto the Death Prophet. Pretty impressive by TN to be so patient in a fight.
2 buybacks committed. You know, it's a lot of investment at this point, but yeah, they secured the Roche. Underlord has a full pipe, something that we don't see that often, considering the cost change. It's a 1,500 gold investment just to get the recipe.
Major over on the back of Cuckoo. They've got the Underlord nearby. TnC thinking about jumping in. Over from the side. Bevy down. Zephyr in trouble. Good balance in they're not locked up anymore. Outside the jump. And Fury, Primal Roar, Supernova. That goes off. They get the kill on the Cuckoo. They're taking out Zephyr. 2 heroes gone. Zephyr buys back. Dark Rift away. No, he stops. White Mon invis. But now the Sunray Illusory over the Waiting Rift. They get the kill on the 3. And they've got Zephyr thinking about going into the Rolling Thunder, having that Blink Dagger to disrupt the fight of TnC, but they are pretty healthy at the moment. KP gets caught by Jackie.
What is this?
Like TnC,
A game of some sort?
they will give up on this fight, but they've already got 3, so they're happy with the exchange.
One thing I noticed is D1 stopped tipping Armel, which means Armel is playing really well. Didn't die. So far, those 2 rotations kind of ended up with a death, though he managed to recover.
Yeah.
Boots of Travel, Veil, ton of magical damage already coming out from both Phoenix, Earthshaker as well. They have Echo Slam ready, and Shaker getting closer to level 12. So I still feel they can try and go for a fight.
Yeah, he's gonna have that
Aegis
shard
is
too.
available. He's going for that shard, probably the best shard in the game right now. Just feels like you're getting so much from it. -2 seconds on the Fissure. You can walk on the Fissure, and you can stun people. Sometimes I've seen players using Echo Slam just to stun on the Fissure without getting the echo damage.
And we saw that a lot yesterday. We were covering the China one series. So a lot of echoes off of players and just on the Fissure.
This SNY sounded like a great idea for T1, but without having a BKB, Phantom Assassin still needs to be very careful about joining fights or overextending,
Right.
because Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Still very vulnerable to any kind of magic damage burst, and they have done.
Carl just waiting in the trees. Gabby pushing forward. He's got Firestorm and Malice to try and deter this push coming in from TnC. Who's here as well. Healing word though, that is, well, keeping Gabby healthy enough and keeping TnC's hopes of taking this tier 2 alive.
Radiant are scanning.
Looking to see, because TnC, they've got this Aegis, and you can see or sense by the way that they're posturing, they want to fight.
They do. Aegis will be gone in 50. This Juggernaut, he's massive. I love the build on it. Manta style to be able to get rid of the silences, possibly disarm, a lot of slows, and then Maelstrom just feels very good. You know, it's either Battle Fury or Maelstrom. Maelstrom is like a cheaper Battle Fury. It also pierces through evasion against the Phantom Assassin, which I like.
Quicksilver.
Invisibility.
You like that tier, that neutral?
When it first came out, I felt like I don't want to buy that. I don't want to carry that.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm a 3-4-5 player and didn't get much value out of the item, but it's a real good carry item. Let's say on a raid team, his skellies are always on cooldown, so he gets the move speed and the attack speed. A lot of value for certain heroes.
Is under attack.
Jug just about completing this MKB, going from Maelstrom Manta MKB. I like this build. Phantom Assassin's going to have to be careful, despite the fact that Jackie sits top. The net worth was at 1.2k ahead of this Jug. Now only 400. Said they stopped picking RML. Sign that the game has changed. Because they definitely haven't used all their tips.
He also built Force Staff. Possibility to break the coil, get himself out of the trouble, save the teammates. Okay-ish. Not a big fan of the Force Staff on the mid laners, because what you want to have from the mid lane is pretty much scaling. But in this particular scenario, I think it could work. You know, like Yule Scepter could have been a better idea. Get rid of the roots, get rid of the silences. Force Staff doesn't give you that.
He's also building into the Ag.
Ag is fine. Like, you want to have Ags. Great setup for Echo, Juggernaut, Omni Slash. I see Aghanim Scepter queued up on Jug, which means that they're going to be like a mini slash as well. We can call it a quickie or mini slash. Swifter. Sure.
Malice is down. That's pretty broken. Not exactly what they want in that situation. They're trying to get a BKB on the Death Prophet. They already have one on the Phantom Assassin. Thunder thinking about going after Armel. Silence and 100 move speed. Has nothing doing right now. Blade Fury right on top. The Death Prophet in trouble. Virtus.pro drop right on top of the Underwood as well as the Death Prophet. Supernova's in a great spot. The fight is leading away from that. Going with the Echo Slam. Looking for the Dark Frame. Do they have the time? Yes, they do. But Cuckoo and Zephyr are already dead. They got the Phantom Assassin out, and that's the big point there.
We've seen that today already, where one team has like 6k gold lead, and the enemy team is in full control of the game. They are the one who are dictating the tempo, deciding where the team fights are gonna be. So this is the same thing that's happening here. Like TnC, they were 5k gold down, and now they are the ones putting the pressure on the map and making aggressive moves. Next Roche may respawn in 50 seconds. I see a courier inside. It's Cuckoo's courier. But they want to be able to see when it respawns. TnC has a very, very good Roche taking lineup.
This is really tough. And it all turned around off that first Roche. I think that was really the turning point where TnC felt like, you know, now they've got this Aegis and they've turned the game.
Most of the teams, I think, would not contest there, but TnC, a lot of experience on that team. They're like, yeah, we're going in. You know, we'll fight around it, reset after a couple of spells were used, and then take a fight, 2 buybacks committed. A lot of investment, but it paid off.
They got out in the positive. The investment accrued interest, and well, now they lead the game by just a little bit of net worth. Jug is about to pass Jackie on the net worth. I mean, this is pretty unbelievable how well they've done to just pull this game back. Primal Roar comes in, and they found Whitemon, freezing field, trying to pull up the armor. The armor, and now it's gonna mount this Whitemon!
He actually gets him. Like, this is so insane.
1v1. Oh, and
one versus one
exactly.
was the start, but then the other players came in and kicked him while he was down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Basically, call an ambulance, but not Fissure, silence, totem, lockdown on a Cuckoo,
Dire's
but
top tower is
not
under
committed.
attack. Dire
Thinking
are
about
scanning. Dire's structures are
What
fortified.
used by the Dire side is to pressure the top tier 2. They also dropped a ward on the high ground with the Radiant Bait. Not sure if anybody
Dire's
caught that on
top
T1,
tower
but there
is
is
under
that vision. And Zephyr ends up dead to Armel.
He has that shard to roll up, you know, being magic immune. Coil with the Ags is 8 seconds, so kind of tough to live. Also, there was a double damage and puck, so something that also helps out quite a lot. Phantom Assassin did not go for Desolator this game. Like, you get kind of a budget Deso from Orb of Corrosion.
Right.
She has level 20 talent, -3 armor, was holding
Radiant's courier has been
the minus
killed.
armor neutral item as well. Orb of Destruction. But now she just wants more status resistance.
Radiant are
I'm a big
scanning.
fan here against the silences, against the Earthshaker combo. If he gets a good jump, like with Echo, you still have enough time to actually pop a BKB, because status resistance should be around like 40%. Checks. Wait, what does it
Radiant's
say?
bottom tower is under attack.
12%. It's not 12. Well, interesting.
The numbers not quite lining up.
Like SNY gives extra 25. Yeah. I don't know. It's just bug. Still in beta.
Fissure out, Totem as well. Right on Carl, who is bottom. To the team though, they're smoked in top. If they could get a pick off, Roche could be theirs. We'll see. Basher finished on the Phantom Assassin, and they're looking to get that Abyssal to be potentially a game-changing item for the Phantom Assassin to get to it. But it looks like TnC, they're grouping up, ready to smoke. Moving forward, TnC. It looks like more than enough time. But Primal Roar, that's getting used on Carl.
The buyback available and the dark with the pin.
Assassin taking the side towards the Supernova, but the egg right next to the Phantom Assassin can't be taking a lot of damage forward. Gabby, the egg's gonna go off. Now the opposite comes in. Jackie as well. Cuckoo, they get the triple kill. They'll take out both. And again, a fight near Roche. That goes well. Echo Clan
Good force stab.
is it enough? Gabby low on health, but as that healing ward, it gets killed. Now Carl is around him. One on
Another buyback.
He's gonna help Cuckoo. He buys back. Fissure's walking across it, gets to the low ground, and again, focusing the attention on a Whitemon. Roshan gets the kill. He'll take that one. Cuckoo comes in. Whitemon buys back. They've got the silence onto the Earthshaker. They look over as the Venom Mouse locks him up. Down goes Tim.
That's 3 buybacks, but who's gonna pick it up? There's no DP
Dire's
ulti.
courier has been killed.
I'm not sure if
45 seconds.
Yeah, if these buybacks are valuable for T1. Yeah, they stop the Roche. If they can somehow manage to survive, get the Phantom Assassin online so she can pick up the Aegis, then it's worth it. If she doesn't get it, it's really not. But Gabby has another healing ward ready, so I expect them to go inside the pit again.
Hawk, Courier, all spot this. 20 seconds till the Phantom Assassin is there. They've got the silence as well as the Crit Storm. Still working with that healing ward, getting up, guts it out to full health. Very incisive. Wager forcing away. Throws out on the 2. One's gonna come in. Roll up now. Pushing take out Cuckoo. Now two heroes without
Radiant's
buyback.
bottom
This is
tower
really
is
falling
under
apart
attack.
for the side of T1. They do advance as back into it. They look over at KP. The right foot's coming in, but he's surviving. Firestorm down right on top of him. Stifling dagger that's thrown over to Gabby. Strike in, gets the kill. Pushed out. Gabby, can you survive? They're trying to leave. They're thinking about going, and they do ditch.
They bail, so let's see the healing ward
Radiant's bottom
available
tower
in
is
3
under attack.
seconds. Once again, healing gets the talent instead of them for the attack speed, but just keeping the healing ward outside a bit.
Angelier.
He needs to go. Like, you suicide for this.
Oh, he's going for it. Roll up, trying to survive, bouncing around, buying in time. Swashbuckle, swift slash, there's the kill on the set for Whitemon's Curry. Aegis is picked up by Gabby.
Decision making by TnC around the Roche pit is just much better than T1.
Yeah.
Like, the understanding when they need to reset, get out, get back in, even after using a couple of buybacks. Tims was a bit hesitating with his buyback, finally decides to use it. They secure a couple of kills. Phantom Assassin,
of some sort?
after having so much free time, like, you don't really feel she's delivering.
No, and you're getting kills around the fight on like KP and sometimes on Tims, but it's not those heroes that are crucial to getting you what you're there for, and that's Roche.
Now, Gabby, holding on to Aegis, also has Blade Fury Shard upgrade, which is insanely good. Movement speed
Radiant's
and
middle tower
you
is
attack
under attack.
once per second. Dealing less damage, but still okay. Your procs work. Double damage bottled up. You need to be careful about the Swift Slash with the DD. I see Phantom Assassin trying to get Aghanim Scepter, lower the cooldown on the Blur, which is going to help out against the Swift Slash, against the Omni Slash. It's a 10-second ability, and Juggernaut might struggle against that, but White Monster is pretty dead on the bottom.
Yeah, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb, eventually dead, now gone for 47 seconds. Turn their attention towards bot. All of a sudden they have an 11k lead, no buybacks for anybody on T1. So if they were to lose a fight at this point, it looks like they'll just end up calling the game. Question is though, these fights have been close. The rush,
Wow, damage, but the Force Staff again.
Great vision. Locked up. Now they're going through. Omni Slash bouncing around, going over to the Death Prophet. Zephyr trying to survive. He's gone from 65. The Supernova goes off. 3 heroes alive to the side of T1. A lot dropped there by TnC, but they're still willing to go. They've got the Aegis on jump.
Great coordination by TnC. Armel makes space for Cheese. Puck puts it in his inventory instantly, uses it, replenishes mana and the HP. Quick Slash still ready with the double damage going on. They need to be careful. Like, it's a ton of damage. They need the spell.
Alright, now starting to leave. Tier 3 still standing. Not awful, if you think about it, but still on the cusp of just blowing up
Keeping
in their
that
face.
PMA mentality.
You
Have
try.
to find something positive. You know, it's a 10k gold lead. They still have Aegis.
This should make my life
Man,
easier.
Armel, after struggling in the early stages, managed to recover so well. He's almost farmed as Phantom Assassin right now. Didn't die for, I believe, it's like
Quickly as I go.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Painting the fissure a few times. Now the totem continuing to lock up this underward. And let's. Can they go for this? They take the tier 3. You can tell TnC again. Every time they've had this Aegis, obviously it's just twice. Every time they've had it though, they've been wanting to make moves and stay postured forward, play the other side of the map.
I want to see them making an aggressive move. There's still a minute and 30 seconds left on that Aegis. Healing ward up again.
Webler for TnC.
Yeah, give that to
course,
Jug
he passed over to the
straight
Jug.
away.
With the passive
A very
too.
good item. So Orb of Destruction, still keeping that in his backpack, you know, in case, let's say you're going for the Throne Run, you want to have that, but yeah, just the spin, get some damage on the melee barracks, wait for it to be available again. 50 seconds until Aegis is reclaimed.
Flame Fury though, Gabby taking a lot of damage. Aegis is popping away from his team. goes off. Cuckoo, he's dead for 65, no buyback. Not sure the timing on it. I kind of lost track because I think the fissure was melting as he used the echo, trying to keep those heroes locked up.
Might have been hit by something. I was just watching Gabby if he's going to be able to get out. So now he is in once again. Omni Slash. Oh, Mini Slash is ready. That's just straight up dead. I mean, White One, what do you think is going to happen?
Extra armor is only in your ult, sir. And that is 40 seconds without the Crystal Maiden, but TnC, they back off. Right now, T1 live another day. At least for now. Things are definitely getting dangerous with
Regeneration!
Mel,
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
4-2 and 18 on this puck. Top lane, now Trooper coming in.
Gabby dropping so low.
Abby on the run, Zephyr swashbuckle, the healing word of Amanda. Now the Swift Slash takes out Zephyr. Jackie looking for a way to just kill off Abby, but he just doesn't have the opportunity. Carl goes down to Armel. Jug survives it all.
I think he actually dodged the swashbuckle there. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it didn't hit, but also healing ward. Perfect timing, you know, get them a bit of extra HP. They have so much sustain, like healing ward, Phoenix, Sunray, keep him alive. Phoenix also finished the E on this, so he's pretty safe against any kind of a jump. E on disc is fine, but you know, if you're in a range of dagger from Phantom Assassin, it just might
Radiant's top
proc
tower is under attack.
E on disc with one spell, which is something that you do not want to see. So Phantom Assassin queues up Divine Rapier. I love that. You're in a situation where, you know, it's not going well for you. You need to try to think how to come back into the game. At TnC right now, I don't think they need to force too much. They should check if there's buyback available on the Underlord, which is not. 600 gold away from it. Man, the Dax-giving Juggernaut is insane with that leveler.
Yeah. That's got Omnislash available. Goes to Split Slash. They go to Split Slash to start the hit to Cuckoo. There's the Rolling Thunder. Sunray right on top of the Jug, keeping him alive. The sustain, we talked about it, and it's really helping keep this Jug healthy. But there's the Cycling Dagger. So it comes down to the end. Just to get the Kona Gabby. They do the check out of the Jug, but the BKB being popped here by the Phantom Assassin. They got themselves one. Go to the freezing field, but Armel, Stifling Dagger, phase shifted, and, well, they lose. Jug doesn't have buyback.
This is why I said they need to just poke, see what's going to happen, because Juggernaut still dies. There's a ton of minus armor coming out from Phantom Assassin talent, Orb of Corrosion, Pangolier, Orb of Destruction, that's like AoE minus armor combined with the Swashbuckle. Let's see when the Roche is going to spawn. It's a long spawn, it benefits TnC much more.
If it's a quick one, T1 might have an opportunity to set up at the pit.
Timeless Relic for Earthshaker or Timeless Relic for Puck. I think you give it to Puck if you don't find a better item. So, you know, that Dream Coil is going to last for ages. Silences. Lincoln Sphere finished on Armel. Armel just having a perfect game after a bad start.
Yeah, and that is Pentage Sword for the Phantom Assassin, a long Roche. That is not going to be available for T1 to take if it had come up quickly, and TnC were down the Jug. They're down the Jug for another 23 seconds. 4,400 gold for the Phantom Assassin with the Divine Rapier, trying to make something happen to get gold from nothing. Trying to become an alchemist in a way. Trying to make gold from nothing. You need equivalent exchange. See, maybe Divine Rapier.
Yeah, you sell Orb of Corrosion, you buy that Sacred Relic, and just be ready for the next fight. They don't know where Corrosion is going to spawn. They're not as smart as us. And all the guys observing from the in-game, we have the technology, they don't.
$1 billion man. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. TnC. Rebuilding after a deficit and working on putting it all together. Put a staple on this game, and they're up 15k. You're 1,000 gold away from the Divine Rapier for Jackie. Trying to farm top while TnC are wrapping from behind.
Nice wraparound.
Carl, spider legs, now silenced. He spotted them.
Surprised they didn't go for a coil there. Underlord is the one who can bail them out with the Juggernaut. I still feel they have enough damage to take down one hero.
Could sell the Orb of Corrosion, get closer to the Divine Rapier.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Find
under
out, maybe
attack.
try to fight right there. High risk, but you need to be high risk at this point. Now pushing in over mid is Gabby. Uber is home. Not everybody
Dire's
came
turret
with it.
has been killed.
Going on takes the outpost. Blink.
Oh, Jackie might get caught. He should be very careful. The Divine Rapier is done. Just TP back to base. Like this one could have backfired so easily.
He survives that. Can't believe it.
If he dies there, that's just, you know, game throwing. The game ends. You lose a Rapier. You don't have a buyback without PA. There's not enough damage. Roche will respawn in 2 seconds. There's a courier from Crystal Maiden. Not healthy, but doing the job, scouting things out. The battle of the couriers inside the pit.
Now they know where Tim's is. And violence. I think stop being that
Radiant's
stifling.
courier has been killed.
They need to be very careful. Again, they're fighting into everything. They're going to blow his thunder with the blink. The blink, you're already starting. He gets the on.
Comes in, they get the kill on the Gavin. They're not going to have a jump for 99 seconds. KP over to the side. He needs to leave. Somehow T1, they get Gabby, and well, without a jug, this is feeling like, well, TnC have to concede a Roche.
It's not somehow, it's Divine Rapier combined with Coup de Grace. There's no buybacks on 2 cores, so, I mean, there's buyback available on Puck, but Jug doesn't have it, so I don't think you commit here. So that's Cheese, Aegis, and Refresher.
Obviously, they can see them doing it. They've got those Shakers, Courier in. Evacuate from the pit for a second. 3 seconds without the jug. They need to get this done. This is a big moment for T1 to try and get back into this game. And TnC are not even coming over. They're not going to risk any line. Letting T1 have it. That's Refresher. That's Aegis. All with the cheese ready to go for T1. Now you have a Divine Rapier, and it's not as scary to hold with an Aegis as well.
Yeah, they only lost melee barracks on the bottom. Well, let's see those crits. 2.6k. Not too bad, not too bad.
Could be more. I've seen better.
I've seen around 6,000, I believe, in one of the secret games.
Venom Assassin back to the Ags potentially.
Yeah, Ags with the Divine Rapier, refreshing cooldown on a Phantom Strike. That's brutal.
So we'll see what Phantom Assassin can get done in terms of getting to that Ags. Do you go Ags and replace something, or are you going to buy out an Ags Blessing? I don't think you have the space for it.
If you can farm the gold, sure. If you can't, I still would prefer holding Aghanim Scepter and removing the power threads, because you get a kill, your abilities refresh. With the Phantom Strike and cast range, you are able to maneuver in and out of the fights anyway, so you're not that boots dependent as a hero.
Well, deforestation from Zephyr with the rolling thunder, trying to spot someone. Buys 3 components of the Ags and will have that sent
I would
out.
love to see Vlad's being built just to have that lifesteal for Phantom Assassin. It's kind of a lot considering how much damage she deals. So either a Pangolier or if Crystal Maiden can somehow manage to actually farm it, Tinkerward plays. I don't think TnC wants to defend this tier 2 tower bottom anyway.
So, yeah, bought the recipe on the Ags Blessing and now needs 1,000 more gold. They're going to TP back. TnC playing top.
Is under attack.
Phoenix also going for 3 components still needed on that. Okay. You do you. And K lead for TnC.
That doesn't matter at this point.
Net worth is
it's very irrelevant at this point because Phantom Assassin one crit, 1 hit.
See you later.
1 hero dead, pretty much. 1 Eon Disc done. on the Phoenix. Is there anyone else going for the Eon disc? No, not at this point.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? Where the points don't matter, except here it's where the net worth don't matter. Scenes from a hat. Things you can do with the Divine Rapier. It's one shot. A lot of these here.
Aghanims upgraded on Phantom Assassin, instant cast time on a blur, plus ability to refresh
Radiant's
your
top
abilities
tower is under attack.
after you get a kill.
Disc for Cuckoo, who's been struggling in a lot of these fights. He's been the first casualty in a lot of them. You'd see Phoenix really wants to get that Ag. They have not really been able to pop the X.
Yeah, Ags have been really nice to place.
Jump is so, but with the Lotus, that bounces back to Gabby, scaring TnC enough where they need to leave.
T1 needs to make stuff happen. They still have a minute and 30 seconds. This is where they feel comfortable fighting with the enemy team with the Divine Rapier and that Aegis still in their hands.
Wind Waker being built for the Underlord.
I love that item. Like, this item is very expensive, but we've seen yesterday in Chinese region, like Wind Waker being built. We've seen Shard on Batrider saving and pretty much turning the game around. For those who don't know, Shard on Batrider allows you to target allies, 20-second cooldown, and also gives 80% damage reduction on the allies that you used it on.
The least important part of that one.
Yeah, like I saved it for the last part.
Oh, no damage, you say? Sure. TnC setting up here nearby. Rolling Thunder, that started as well as the Exorcism. They're going to want to fight into this, but they're kind of far behind. They need to close the gap. Danger used by Gabby. Dream Coil is out. That's going to stop this Pangolier in his tracks. They use Exorcism. They use Rolling Thunder. And they don't get anything yet. Hang on, just pop. Now the Abyssal Blade to follow it up. The Lotus Door, the Sasha is there. And they'll get the kill on Bebby, taking out this Phoenix, making sure that they can slow down that Ags on the Bird.
Radiant's
and
bottom barracks
they've
are
also
under
got
attack.
no Phoenix for 120 seconds.
Aegis is reclaimed, so Phantom Assassin holding on to a cheese right now. Where's that refresher? They had a refresher as well. Okay, Pango's still holding it. They can give that to that Prophet possibly, have
Dire's
another
middle
Exorcism.
tower is under attack.
We were just observing this one super creep that has killed Arax and is now going for a
Dire's
shrine
middle
that used
tower
to be.
has fallen.
Oh, he's going ham.
Let's go. I think he's got it. Predictions in the chat? Yes, no. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
How many hits does he need? He needs like 20 hits.
How many hits does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? I think it's going to be about 6 more. 2, 3, 4.
He got it.
All right, he's got it. Could get another one. All right, the tower's there. Enough of this.
Surprised they did not use Underlord ulti to gank that creep. He caused a lot of trouble.
He took 2 buildings. Just letting a super melee creep.
How lazy is
like
that? You name a building, just a building in Dota?
Yeah, just build it.
I'm pretty sure we could think of something better, right? Like in Warcraft 3, it was called what? Ziggurat from the Undying, Moonwell for the Sentinel,
Could also
known as Radiant.
Pylons.
Sure, whatever. That's copyrighted, but you know, we can think of something else.
Bleep that out. We're on delay. Hopefully. So we're getting to the point where it always feels like, yeah, it's 10 minutes in between 50 and 60, but you start thinking tier 5s. Games kind of slow down in between these points.
You love those tier 5 items.
Oh,
like every single time the game is around 15
Yeah,
minutes, you're
I'll
like,
always mention
oh
them.
yeah, tier 5 items coming out soon. That's 10 minutes of Dota still to be played.
We always get there.
Another Divine Rapier queued up on P8. Love that. Crystal Maiden, Blink Dagger. Someone, please buy Vlad. Old man Vladimir would really appreciate that.
Isn't his castle nearby? Vlad's
That's
castle?
Vlad Tepes. I'm not sure if whose full name is Vladimir. Bran Castle, Vlad Tepes, yeah.
Oh, Marmel and Silence onto the Pangolier. Now up in the air. to the Crystal Maiden as well as the Death Prophet. They get the kill on Armel very quickly. The death coming up from Jack really well. Silence on the Gabby, pops the Manta now. Going with the Blaze here, trying to get away with the exorcism pop by the Death Prophet. They'll go after both Bevy as well as Gabby. Bevy trying to escape away in the tree.
Good Fisher.
Oh, they got him! The Fisher not enough. Peter Malice is there, and down goes Jack, or down goes Bevy to Jackie, who's on a killing spree. He was in those trees, I thought he was away.
Thought he was gonna get out. Well played. Man, these Divine Rapier games, Phantom Assassin has enough money to buy another one.
Do you get it?
Sure, why not?
And hold it, or do you get it?
You can put it in the backpack. You know, just lock it. Possibly swap the power threads with just a Sacred Relic and unlock it in a fight after you get like 1 kill possibly.
Yeah.
But if you get the Aegis, unleash the Kraken. Full power, all in.
Unleash the Kraken. Could be what we see from Jackie next. And this is now a net worth lead for T1. TnC, they certainly had their opportunities, and we saw Armel, who dies in that fight. He died in like 2 shots.
Yeah, Gabby also. Like, he's sitting at 24 armor. Like, his armor's not that high, to be honest.
Oh. No Dessa.
Because he does not have any, like, edgy items.
Right.
There's no butterfly. Going into Swift Blink, which is okay. Has Nullifier to proc those Eon Discs, possibly Ghost Scepters, Glimmer Capes. Like, Nullifier is just a great item. Also, it's gonna be very good against the Wind Waker if he can get that on the target. Man, Wind Waker, big fan. This item has a lot of value. You can use it on your allies. You can't move your allies as you can move yourself, but still just casting a Cyclone, sometimes those 2.5 seconds could make a lot of difference.
We've seen it make a lot of difference in situations like this. The extra LGD game specifically. That was Wind Waker Party. Now again, T1 come through mid. Fissure hits on the Cuckoo. Illusory or jaunts to it. Waning Rift from the phase shift into a blink out. Armel thinking about it. He had the team nearby. Scouts a little bit. In a couple seconds. That's going to be Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Ag Blessing, the whole kit and caboodle. Ready to go for whoever.
Bit of Malice lasts for so long after Underlord hits level 25, the talent. It's just extra 0.65 seconds. Roche going down very quickly. Good Fisher actually blocking them all.
Now the Toto, Cuckoo's gone. Aegis into the hands of Jackie. They'll buy that number. They'll look over at White, who's really low, trying to get out of the fight, trying to survive, maneuver his way. But there are the axes. They'll get the cone of the Crystal Maiden. They'll buy back on Cuckoo. Haven't lost anything just yet on the side of TnC, but Armel on the run. One more shot with the Spirit Siphon.
Jackie's not attacking anything. Like, Jackie's a slug. He's slower than the Underlord. Doesn't have boots at the moment. Like, just jump. Like, he sees. Like, he popped the BKB inside the pit. I think he could have swapped, like, either S and Y or Power Treads in, just to have a bit more move speed. Good Fisher. I want to see that fight again, because I'm pretty sure he should be able to have any kind of vision to jump on something, anything.
Yeah, just never really jumps here. Pit of Malice locks up Armel. He silenced Fissures. Echo Slam.
He Echo Slammed. Okay, so that's why I was like, yeah, he had time to actually use it, but Echo Slam, great Fisher from Tims.
And on top of that, Underlord, he gets the Ags. Blessing picks that up. 11,000 gold here, and this Cobb using that exorcism, trying to push in 9k lead for T1. TnC, they've got Armel with buyback ready. The question is he going to end up using it or hold it? Do they just concede at least a 2 or 3, maybe a set of racks, wait for the exorcism to end? They've got the Fissure, the Totem.
Oh, my finest creation, says Ice Frog. You don't even have to stand on the Fissure. Like, that's the most beautiful part. Like, you can just stand wherever they get near the Fissure. On green core, Timeless Relic, pretty much.
Always well.
he is level 25.
Going in. Lotus Orb and 2 right clicks from Jackie to blow up Bambi. He's got buyback 2. Fissure comes in, that hits under the Phantom Assassin as well. The Underworlds are thinking about it now, but still holding on to the puck 5. They don't have Dream Core to work with. They don't have this puck. They only have 3 heroes here. The lockdown, though, everybody was up. Could have led to something more.
They have to be careful about the Earthshaker. Has that Timeless Relic, so 25% debuff duration, longer stuns, and he hit level 25, so minus 1.5 seconds on Enchant Totem, which brings it down to 2.6.
He's out far. Jackie spots him. So Dark Rifting in, and that's why they get a kill onto the Beastmaster. Down again, has buyback. Everybody but the Jugs got it.
You can actually use Fissure, Totem, Echo Slam, Totem, Fissure, into Totem again. So you can lock them down for a very, very long time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Cuckoo.
13,000 gold on Phantom Assassin.
Before it comes out, as well as the Fissure that's going to land onto that Prophet as well as the Phantom Assassin. Wind Waker, you can see that Cyclone bringing him back. Primal Wars used, as well as the Ice Slash bouncing around. It's only hitting on the Underworld. Now goes back over the Cuckoo, gets the kill out of this Death Prophet. Blade Fury right on top of Jackie with 2 TBB popping, trying to get the damage over the Cuckoo.
He's stunning the whole team.
They got the stun on the entire side of T1. Buyback's available on the Pistol or the Death Prophet. They get the kill. The Underworld Cruiser gets moved off the side of T1. Jackie trying to fight his way through the Dark Rift in. Jackie trying to survive. That was gone for one.
Another Fissure.
They get the corner Death Riddle. Take out Jackie. He's gone. Drops the Divine Rapier. That gets picked up. Carlball back to Dark Rift.
Oh, you're not getting anywhere.
And he is stunned up, killed off. See you later, and Ganyar. As you bought
Alright, I'm calling it right now. Earthshaker Shard upgrade is the most broken thing in Dota right now. Man, the amount of work that Tim's did with that Timeless Relic, level 25 talent, he's just stunning the whole team on the Fissure. Like, it's actually insane.
Totem, Omni bounces back over to the Underworld somehow from
another Fissure is available, then he uses a Totem, stuns everyone.
I do rise to
Totem again,
thank.
and then Echo, like, it just doesn't stop. Fissure again, Totem. Oh my god.
Like, Fissure duration is 8 seconds, 9.8 second cooldown. It's just insane. Like, you have less than 2 seconds downtime on the Fissure and you can keep stunning people.
Picks up the Divine Rapier. I will say though, he's got the Divine Rapier, but we are at 60 minutes. Like we said, net worth, it doesn't matter.
So
it just matters who's alive.
Yeah, PA has enough money to buy another Divine Rapier.
I'll be back to finish this later.
Let's check the buybacks. So, only 2 buybacks available. Puck and the Earthshaker. So, yeah, I mean, if they just go mid, it's a possibility. Like, whoever loses the next game, loses the fight, loses the game, pretty much.
I think the big issue, no buyback, 3 heroes. Can they defend long enough? A couple of crits off some cycling daggers, and yeah, down, no Underworld for 90, no Death Prophet for 50. Yeah, we're at the 60-minute mark, but I don't know who's gonna match. Finally, Odessa. So divine.
He's going all in.
Are scanning.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Going Thunder. Ooh, Armel trying to come in. Roll up. Now the right click's coming through. They got the
He almost one-shot Tim's.
And now looking to get the rest. They've got the Cruiser up the Tim's show. They've got the Totem. They've got the Echo. They have the Cruiser. They've got the damage. If they get the kill, the Jackie, they'll take him out, and he'll drop another Divine Rapier into the hands of TnC. Just like that. It looks like T1 had it, but off the back of Tim's and the very fair and balanced Shard of Earthshaker.
Yeah, you also have a True Strike on the Enchant Totem, don't forget that. So on the Phantom Assassin, there's like 700-800 damage coming out from that spell. Yeah, Earthshaker, thank you Ice Frog, but yeah, most of the time I think whenever Earthshaker is actually picked,
image to come back in there as we see a PA being smacked in the face and dropped to the ground in that little montage clip. And that's exactly what happened in game number 1 of TnC versus T1. Guys, welcome back and welcome to game number 2 in this best of 3 series, the second series of the day. One which TnC desperately need to win and one which they are doing so far. I think they're looking very hot coming into the second game. We know now that they have probably the mechanical advantage over, well, the strategical advantage over T1. Is that fair to say?
Not sure I completely agree. Like, considering how strong their draft looked, for me at least, I really loved it. I thought that they had a clear advantage across the map, besides maybe that mid lane. They did still struggle heavily, and I feel like if that PA had one buffer, man, this game would have been very different and would have been over much sooner.
Like, do you agree, or do you think this one was, you know, TnC's for the taking?